Hello everybody, it's Budrich and it's a new episode of Let's Linux. Let's call this one Automatic Script Creation. In this video I will create a script that will create scripts. So this is a very useful thing. It's a very basic thing. It will just take 10 minutes to set this up, and then what it will do, it will help us when we create new scripts, because you know there are some steps one needs to take when you're creating a script. The first one, and this will not be handled by the script, this is something you have to set up. If you type in this in a terminal, echo $path, this will print out your path variable. All these folders are in your path variable, and these are the folders that the bash or the shell looks for executable files in when you run a command. So let's for example say like command not found. This is because there is no command in none of these folders that is named like. So if you haven't done it, you should have a folder. I recommend put it somewhere in your home folder. I use bin is my regular script folder. But for this video, let's create a folder here in our home folder and call it scripts. And let's create a file in that folder. I will do this now. You can whatever /scripts script1 here. Now it have open a file here. If I save this, now we can see it here in the scripts folder. And just to make it look like a script, we add the shebang here, bin/bash. And then we can make just an echo here. Echo hello script1. Okay. Now we have this script1 inside our scripts folder in our home folder here. So if I run now script1, it still says command not found, because the scripts folder isn't in our path. And even if we go into the script folder here, maybe I should make the text larger. So there. Whoop. All right, we are in the script folder now. You can always print this pwd if you want to see the working print working directory. It stands for. And if we run script1 now, when we are inside this folder where script1 is located, it still can't find it. We have to specify the full path for it. And you can do that with this shortcut here, dot. That is actually a shortcut for the for this kind of. So now we can run script1. And then it says permission denied. And that is because the file is not executable. If you run ls-l, then you get a list of all files in the folder. And here you can see the permissions. And it is not executable. So to make a file executable, you type chmod +x and then the file. There, now it is executable. We can look at it again with ls. And you can see here x. And now we can run the script, but we have to specify the full path. So we should add this folder, scripts folder, to our path variable. And to make that setting consistent or permanent, you have to add it to your bashrc file. So let's open that up. And your bashrc should be located in your home folder. .bashrc is the name of the file. And you can add here to the end of the file path equals, and here you type in the name of the folder. You can write it with the home is a variable that always contains your home folder. This is try to use this as much as possible, and don't write like this home bud. It will translate to that. It's the same thing, but you can not write the tilde a character. Okay, home bud scripts. So there we have a folder, and then you type colon, and then you write path. This means that the path variable is equal to home scripts, and then everything that was in the path variable before. And when you have done so, you can add export path to the next line. You could write export here, but I think it's better to do it this way. Now you have to reload your bash RC. Either you log in, log out, reboot your computer, but you can also resource it by just typing source and then the name of the file you want to source. Oops, source with an E, and now it's sourced. You can also, this is the same thing. There's a short an alias for source, which is a single dot, which might be confusing since that's also the alias here too. Yeah, whatever. You can. This is the same as writing source. And now if we look in our path, I don't know, maybe it have duplicated my path variable here. We'll see how it looks like. We should at least see our, yeah, you see it's a lot here. It's hard to find, but somewhere here is, there it is, home bud scripts. So now if I go to, let's go to my home folder. Now I am here in the home folder in the terminal, and even if I'm here I can run script 1 since it is in my path. So this is important. Set up this if you haven't done it, a folder where you want to create scripts, and add that folder to your script or to your environment variable path here. Okay, let's start making this auto script generating thing. And we saw all the steps here almost when we did this script 1. We created a file inside this scripts folder. We added this shebang, which is important to tell the shell which kind of file and which program you should execute the script with, which in this instance is bash. And we saved the file, and then we made it executable. So the script I want to make is a script that does all this. It puts the file in this folder, it makes it executable, and it adds this shebang, because that's what we will do with all our scripts files. So it's a good idea to make a script to automate that. So let's create a file. This is one way to create a file. You can write touch, and then the path to the file scripts, let's call it auto script. There, you see it created a file here, and this is just an empty 0-byte file. It contains nothing. But let's use this file to create this auto. First, add the shebang. I don't know, is it shebang, I don't know, bin, whatever, but this line at least. Hash mark bang, and then /bin/bash. Save it, and then we make it executable. And this is the last time we need to do this process. Whoops, plus X. There, we can add the test here, echo auto scripto, save that, and run autoscript. Autoscripto, it works. We have made an executable file. Okay, so and when we run this autoscript, it echoes here. How I want this script to work now is that we run this command autoscript, and then we pass in the name of a script file that we want to create. So script2, if I run this command, it should create a file called script2 inside this folder. And to use this argument here that we pass into a script, it's very easy. The arguments are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just write $1 now. If I have that, echo autoscripto $1, and now if I run this command with the argument script2, it will echo this. And if we would have more whatever, it's a typo there, it doesn't matter. If I would do this and change this to 2, then it will print the second argument instead, script3. And we could even have multiple here. We don't have to have them in, I just want to show you how this works. So this is how you can do it. But we will for now just focus on using one argument here. And we wanted to create a file. I showed you before here, touch, that's how to create a file. So we could just do this, touch $1, and then it would create the file named here. But there's a problem with that, because it will create the file in the folder we're in. If I would run this here, it would create script2 in my home folder, but we always want them in this folder. So to be sure that it creates the file in the right place, we should make a variable here. We can call it the script folder, and then we enter the path to that folder, scripts, and then we can make a variable called file, or script file, let's call it that. Which is equal to script folder. I hope you're following here now. We can continue here, /$1. Then we remove this, and then we could echo this just to, we can also comment this out for now. Echo script file. Save this. Now if I run this autoscript2, it should print here. Oh, here we are. If I run this, it should print the name. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it prints the path to the new script that we want to create. So now we could just replace this echo with a touch and see what happens. There, it created script2. Super, very good. But we also wanted the script file to, and we can look here, this is just an empty file, just like creating it with touch. To make that file executable, we just add the chmod here. And let's create script3. There, it created script3, still an empty file, but this one is different since it is executable. You can see here, oh, cd scripts ls-l. Here we can see script1 is executable and script3 is executable, but script2 isn't. So now every file created like this will be executable. To add the shebang to the top of the file, we can replace this touch with an echo here. And then I like to put this in single quotes because it's safer. And then we just add the shebang here. So that means it will print shebang. But instead of printing that to the output of the terminal, we redirect that output to script file. And this means that it will print this into a script file. If the file exists, it will overwrite that file with a single symbol like this, with this content of this echo. if it doesn't exist, it will create it. And that's exactly what we want here. So let's do another AutoScript 4. Now we can look here at AutoScript 4. Yeah. So now we have, this is basically what we want, but let's add some security stuff here. Whoops, LSL. Number 4 executable with the shebang and everything in the right folder. But as I said, this will overwrite any file that already exists, and that's that can be very, very bad if we already have a script file. We would overwrite it. So let's make a little if statement here. If file exists, script file -f, that means check if this file exists. If this file exists, then this test here, that will be true. And if that is true, then we shouldn't do this. Instead we could do this, echo file already exists. But if it doesn't exist, then we can create it and change the permissions. So if I run here again now, AutoScript 4, file already exists. But if I run AutoScript 5, it creates AutoScript 5 and it is executable and everything. Last thing now you could add is I use Sublime, and so I could add this. And this will open the new file in Sublime. You could also write Vim here or the name of your editor of choice. So if we run now AutoScript 6, then it creates the file, opens it in Sublime. Very, very nice. And I like to do this. I like to put this. If the file exists, it could at least open it, but it don't have to change any permissions or create the file or anything. So here, this simple little, it's basically just 3 lines of code here with this script. Will help us create scripts, make it executable, put it in the right place in our path so they can be ran from anywhere or executed from anywhere. This is a very helpful thing to do. And you could extend this, you could add more things here to this echo, print more stuff if you want to. You could make a row-fee or a menu, a D menu or row-fee or something to help you create scripts even further. But this is a good start. And I thought, let's make a script just to demo this, because I got a question. I have to change the font size again here now, I guess. A question on my chat page, which you can find on my home page. It's a gitter, so gitter, budrich, gitter, blah blah blah. Here I will post all these links in the show notes. I got a question there about how does lolban work. You know, I always start my videos with a lolban and printing text like this. And it is very simple. I have a program called Toilet, made by Kaka, they are called. I don't know if they are active anymore. I saw a latest update of the files on their homepage here on Kakazoi was updated 8 years ago or something, but who cares, it works really fine. Toilet hello will print an ASCII font of the string that you pass into toilet. If we open toilet's man page here, then you can see here that it looks for fonts in this folder here, and you can change font by adding F or a long name font as an option. So if we browse to this folder, USR share figlet, here we have lots of fonts here. Yeah, let's just choose one here. Let's take Big Mono 12. And then if we run toilet, -f big mono 12.tlf, and TLF, that's toilet font, and FLF is figlet fonts. They're a bit different, but with toilet both of them work, but TLF doesn't work with figlet, which is a very similar older program. And then we can write again hello, and it will print it in a different font. But the lolban, hello, it prints the text colorful like this, and it's different colors every time. This is achieved by using another little program that's called lolcat. It's made by someone calling himself or herself BusyLoop, and I think it's a Ruby script that colorizes the output of in your terminal. So if we run this pipe this command, and this pipe here, that means take the output of this toilet command, which is hello in ASCII, and put that output into lolcat and do stuff, and then we get this colorful hello. So this is basically how lolban works. And if we want to create our own lolban now, I don't want to make a script called lolban, but let's call it autoscript. And notice here now I am in user share figlet here. I can still run autoscript. Autoscript, let's call it lolo or something, whatever. There, it creates the file immediately here. Then we can just paste in this command into lolo. And instead of hello here, we just replace that with, or we can put it in quotes, it's to be safe, with the first argument passed to lolo. Save this, and then we can lolo testing. You see, now we have created our own little lolban here. And of course you can modify this script or whatever. It's not a important thing. I just wanted to show you how it works and how easy it is now to create scripts. If we wouldn't have had this auto script, I would have had to create the script in the right folder, make it executable, put the shebang. Everything was done automatically. And it took me about 10 minutes to write the scripts. And it will not take you any longer either to create this auto script. And you will save 1 minute almost every time you create a script, and it will always be in the right folder, because that's another thing. It's safe to do this. You don't have to worry that you put it in the wrong folder and move files around, blah blah blah. It's very good. Use scripts to automate the boring stuff so you can concentrate on fun things like colorizing. Whoops, I dropped a coin on the floor. I take this as a sign. It's time to end this video. In the next video, we will start creating a polybar setup. This is what I use on my default setup. I'm on that now. I'm not on that testing setup that I'm usually at. Oh, maybe I should mention this also. Sorry. lolban. It has a different font. Whoops. Lolban. It has a different font. This font is actually not included in the toilet or figlet package. It's created by a guy called Xero, and I have it saved here in his Figlet Fonts GitHub repository. Xero is one of the greatest risers that we know, and he have actually created this toilet font or Figlet font himself. And I think it's excellent. I use it all the time, everywhere. And I've talked to him. He said it's okay for me to use it. Sharing is caring. Copy me, and so on. He's a great guy. But star his repository and clone it if you want to use this particular font. But as you could see, you get lots of fonts with the toilet package itself. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video where we will start configuring the polybar. Bye. Bye.